what are the characteristics a physical quantity will have? So what kind of nature a physical quantity has that can be explained by its dimensions? So we will not be having clarity with this sentence. So we'll go further and we'll see in detail. We'll come to know exactly. Now, so nature of physical quantity can be described by its dimensions. Okay. I just said nature of physical quantity can be described by dimensions, but still we need to know what are the dimensions and all. Now, we'll have so many, we'll have better examples so that will come to me. And in the starting classes, so we have seen physical quantities, okay, which are measurable are called physical quantities, and which are non-measurable, those we haven't considered. Like if we go with example, um, like if we speak about pain, so pain is a not physical quantity which we cannot measure it. Okay, happiness is a not is it's not a physical quantity which we cannot measure. Right? Suppose some velocity, if it is there, velocity is a physical quantity which we could measure it. Right? So in that way, physical quantities we have in our nature. Those physical quantities we have already classified them into two categories: basic physical quantities and derived physical quantities. Base physical quantities only we call it as fundamental physical quantities. Okay, fundamental or base physical quantities we said. Those fundamental physical quantities are seven are there, and in addition to them, two more were there. Those we called it as supplementary quantities. Okay, so both combinedly, those 7 and 2, totally we have 9 fundamental physical quantities. Those two, whichever are there supplementary, those are added in the latter cases, right? So already we know that length, mass, time, amount of substance, luminous intensity, all those. So we'll see here once again. So all those physical quantities, mass, length, time, electric current, temperature, intensity of light, amount of substance. So all these we have taken it as a physical quantities. In dimensions, what we are going to see, all these physical quantities we are going to express in terms of some raised power. So we'll be writing powers to this. Whatever physical quantities we have, those physical quantities we will try to write in them. Okay. Once again, I'll go back to this page, but wherever we have studied about fundamental physical quantities, I'll just go back to that. Now, see, this already we have seen it in the previous classes, starting classes. These are the main units: 7, length, mass, time, electric current, temperature, intensity, and amount of substance. So these are the physical quantities. These physical quantities can be expressed with this symbol, and these physical quantities can be measured with this. Okay. So hold on. What happened? We are going with some main physical quantities 7 and supplementary physical quantities 2 are there. And the supplementary physical quantities units we have. These are the units of all these physical quantities. See, why we are calling supplementary is these were formed in the earlier case, and these were added in the latter case. Okay, that's why we are calling it a supplementary physical quantities. And the units of these we call it as supplementary units. These. Okay. Now, so these symbols are important. These we are going to use now. Whatever physical quantity we have, around 400 to 500 physical quantities will be there in physics. So all of them, it is a little bit difficult to remember all of them. So what we are doing for convenience, we are using this dimensions concept, and whatever physical quantity we have, that we will express in terms of these fundamental physical quantity symbols. Okay, these symbols will be using it. So make sure that you have to remember this. And in out of them, so these three are basic, and because these three will come across in mechanics. So majorly in terms of these three, we will be writing the dimensions if we have to write. I'll give you more clarity on dimensions and here. So these are the fundamental physical quantities which we have already studied earlier in this chapter, and these are the symbols of these fundamental physical quantities, and this is a unit, name of the unit for these physical quantities, and this is what, this is a unit symbol. Okay, here both symbols are there. This symbol is what, this unit symbol, meter is represented by m, whereas this physical quantity symbol is this we are going to use now. Okay, so these already we have gone through it. These are the fundamental physical quantities. Now So other than fundamental physical quantities, we have derived physical quantities also. Derived physical quantities, we will get them by using these fundamental physical quantities only. Okay, so I'll give with one example so that you will be clear with that. Right. So I'll show you one example here. Just hold on. Now, suppose if I have to measure our length of our foot. So what we will do, we will be measuring from this edge to this edge, we will be measuring, right? So this is how we measure. Generally, I am speaking about measurement. This is how we will be measuring it, length. One more example, we'll see. Same way, if you want to measure length of a pencil, I'm speaking about both the length only in both the cases. Okay. Now here, what we are doing, I have taken normal scale, and to that scale, I have just attached one pencil which I want to measure. So I am measuring from this end. As I told you in the previous classes also, we will be measuring from this 0. Okay. So 0 to 1, this will be our 1 unit. So we should not measure from here. Should measure from here only. So how much we are coming up with? Some 14 centimeters we are coming up according to this example. Right. 14 centimeters is our length. Okay. Here we are going with only length concept. That is one dimension only. Okay, I am speaking one dimension, so dimension word is coming here, so that the same dimension word we will be using it in different ways here. Now see, that is about length. Next, further, if we go with the next one, suppose if I go with area, if I want to measure, see, so how do we measure this? So if we want to measure, so already we know that length will be measured like this, and this width or breadth we say. So length into this width, if we multiply, we get area, right? So in both the cases, the same scale we will be using. This side we will be keeping that scale and we'll be measuring it. Okay, like I'll show you one more example. If it is a bigger one, so what do we do? So we'll be measuring like this, right? So we'll take a tape, a measuring tape, and we'll be putting like this, and we'll be measuring it. How much ever it comes, we will note down. Same way we will see from this edge to here, we'll get it. So that is how we measure length and width, and we will be finding the values of length and width, and if we multiply them, we will get area. And what key concept we have to observe here, this side also I am measuring length only, this side also I am measuring length, but this I call it as length and this I call it as width for our convenience. But if we observe exactly, both are lengths only, right? So here whatever area I am speaking about, here whatever area I am speaking about, in that area, so what area is involving with? Area is involving with length and width, and both are nothing but lengths only. That means area dimensions are what? Area dimensions are only purely, it is a length only. Area dimensions are length. So area dimensions are length only. No other physical quantity is involved. So why I am speaking this? We have some 7 fundamental physical quantities. Out of them, what are the dimensions of area? Only length is the dimensions of area. How many times? 2 times it is. So that's why if we write general formula of area is what? Area is equals to length into breadth will be right, or length into width. Now here breadth is also nothing but our length only. So simply we can write L square area. So it is not involving any other physical quantity in it. So it is not having any other dimensions. Whatever dimensions it has is only length. Okay, area has dimensions of length. Okay, suppose if uh, if this is having, if whatever box here or here I have taken, if it is having 500 grams, does this 500 grams affect this area? No, right? So it won't affect area. So what does it mean? Area doesn't have dimensions of mass. Area doesn't have dimensions of mass. Area has only dimensions of length only. Same way. One more we'll see. So we'll have more clarity on what is dimensions. If we have clarity on this, then we can move on to next one. Now, so here. So what you could see here is we have a box. In this we have three things to find. To find what? To find volume. So if I want to find volume, so what do we do generally? Length into breadth into height will be multiplied. Okay, width is nothing but our breadth only. Now, so length I have to measure, width I have to measure, and height I have to measure, right? So this is L, and this is B, and this is our H, right? So L, B, H, all these I have to multiply so that I will be getting V. Now, again, if you go with the dimensions concept, so what are the dimensions this volume is involved with? So only what? Length only its dimensions. So only it is involved with the length dimensions only in the fundamental physical quantities. It is not depending on neither on mass or time or something else. Okay, it is purely depending on length only. So simply, if you want to write L cube, we can write in short, right? So volume can be written in terms of L cube also, right? So it is having only dimensions of length only. Now, same way, if we go with some other concept, some other, generally speed, if I go with speed. So speed formula is what generally we know it. We'll be studying from class 9 itself. Distance by time we will write, right? So distance by time. Now speed is depending on two things, right? Distance as well as time. So what are the dimensions of speed? So one is length. Distance is nothing but, according to our fundamental physical quantities, distance is nothing but length. And one more one more physical quantity is also existing here. According to our fundamental physical quantities, what it is? Time only, right? So two dimensions it is having. The speed is having two dimensions. What are those? Length and time. So speed has two dimensions. It is length and time. So every other derived, so this is a speed is nothing but what? Derived physical quantity. So every derived physical quantity will have certain dimensions. It may be purely with some single dimension like area, or it may be combinedly of length and time. So here speed is having dimensions of length and time. Now, so different physical quantities are having different dimensions, right? Now we will move on to our actual slides, so that I hope we have clarity with this, and we will be moving. We'll move on to this next. So, so these are the fundamental physical quantities. So whatever physical quantity we have, derived physical quantities, those has to be expressed in terms of these fundamental physical quantities when we are going with dimensions. What the derived physical quantity is involved with, what are its dimensions, we are writing. That's all it is. Okay. So we are writing in terms of power, I said, no? We'll see that. So area, when we are writing, what did we write when we are writing area? So 1 second. When we are writing area, what did we write? Area is equals to length into length into length we have written. No? So that means L square we have to write. Okay. So in length powers we are writing. So whatever physical quantities dimensions we are writing, dimensions has to be written in terms of these base or these fundamental physical quantities powers. That is what it is. Now, so what is the next one we got? The dimensions of physical quantities are the powers or exponents to which fundamental or base quantities. That is what I'm speaking about here. Okay. Now, next, if we move further, so we'll have some examples also. We'll see with that note. See, here I just wrote here, no, area if I write. So what did I write for area? What did I write for area? Just now we had an example that what was it? Area example I had, no? So in area example, what we have written, area is equals to length into breadth. That means 2 times length we have to write, L to the power of 2. So the in terms of our fundamental physical quantity length power I have written. But when we are writing dimensions, we will follow this notation. We will put this bracket to that. So if we express in this format, it is nothing but its dimensional formula. So area dimensional formula is this. That is how we have to express. That is what is given in the note. Okay, so we'll move on to that. Okay, so we will express in terms of this example. If we say the dimensions of volume, so volume I just shown you length, breadth, height, all are lengths only. All the breadth is nothing but a dimension of length, width, height is nothing but dimension of length. So L cube we will get. So we have to put it in terms of bracket. This is how we write dimensions. Next, the force dimensions are mlt to the power of -2. I'll come back to this. I'm just giving you example here. We will derive some dimensional formulas of different physical quantities. So how these have come, energy, force, dimensions formulas as this, we will see in detail. Okay, now we will go with those examples. Right. We will go with some physical quantities dimensions, how we will get dimensions of different physical quantities. Then we will continue with these slides. Now, just a minute. Right. So in this, so like how we have written this, so we'll continue with this. So I'll some from basic physical quantities I'll come here. Right. Now, if I write for displacement, displacement is nothing but what? Length. So what is the dimensional formula of it? Dimensional formula of it, df I am writing. Dimensional formula of it is what? Just simply length is its dimensional formula. But when we are writing dimensional formula, what we are doing? We are putting this L. Oh, sorry, we are putting this square bracket, then only it will become dimensional formula of displacement. Next, if we write a dimensional formula of second one, distance is what? Distance is nothing but length only. So what do we write? Distance dimensional formula also. Distance dimensional formula also. We will be writing it as length only, right? Now, next, third physical quantities. Third physical quantity, I am taking it with some area. Area just now we have written. Area formula first we will write. Area formula is what? Length into breadth. So these are simple, I have written directly. Whichever physical quantity we are going with, first we will write its formula, then we will go with dimension. Length is nothing but L and breadth is nothing but also L. So L into L, L square will get. So we have to write in terms of dimensional formula, L square I have written. Next, fourth one. So fourth one, volume I'll write. These are the basic things. Volume if I write, length into breadth into height. Now, so what will be its dimensional formula? L cube we will get, right? Now, next here itself I'll write. Now, next speed I will write. Speed if we write. So what is the formula of speed? Distance by time, right? Distance by time. Now, so as we have a distance dimensional formula is nothing but length L, and time dimensional formula is nothing but T, capital T. Okay, so from where we are taking, I have given you one table, no, from there only I am writing this. Okay, in the time we have represented with capital T. So everything should be written in same line. So what do we write is L t to the power of -1. I'll write T when it goes up, power it becomes L t to the power of -1. So for this we'll put one bracket. Okay, this is dimensional formula of speed. Okay, now dimensional formula. So same way. So velocity also it becomes a displacement by time, right? So velocity is equals to displacement by time. Displacement by time. So displacement again L and time again T. So it will end up with the same L by T, nothing but L T to the power of -1. And sometimes this itself we can write it as, usually we will write it in terms of three quantities. Mass also will involve. As mass is not in there in this, we will put m power 0, L power 1 t power minus 1 we will write. Okay, t power minus 1. Okay, now this also what we can write? Same, it is m power 0, L power 1, t power minus 1. See, here there will be some dimensional formulas same for different physical quantities, like speed and velocity has same dimensional formula. Of course, they may be having same units. So if I write unit of this, what happens? It is meter per second. So what about this? This also meter per second only. Some other physical quantities will be there. They will be having same dimensional formulas. We will see them when we go further. Okay. Now, so these are the basic things which we come across in mechanics part. So we will go with the 3-4 more dimensional formulas. Okay. After velocity, we can go with the acceleration. Right. So we'll go with acceleration. So acceleration. No. Acceleration if we go with. So acceleration is indicated by A. Now acceleration formula is what? Velocity, change in velocity by time. So I'm writing it as simply velocity by time. Let me write, otherwise again you will change in velocity by time. Change in velocity by time. Now change in velocity. Change in velocity is nothing but velocity only. So already we found velocity dimensional formula. What is that? L t to the power of minus 1. And again in the denominator t is there. So what do we write? L t to the power of this, when it goes up minus 1 and that minus 1, it will become minus 2. So L t to the power of minus 2. This can also be written as what? M0 L 1 t to the power of minus 2 we can write. This is how we write dimensional formula of acceleration. Right. Now next, after acceleration we can go with the momentum. Don't chart here. Now if you have any doubts, then only you can ask. Right. So next one, if you go with the momentum is indicated by P. If we write dimensional formula, we have to write a formula first. Mass into velocity is momentum. Now, so mass dimensional formula is what? M. Now, so dimensional formula if we write, so dimensional formula. Now, so what we can write, mass dimensional formula is M, and V is nothing but velocity. Velocity dimensional formula already we have L t to the power of minus 1. Okay, directly we got here with the formula. So this itself we can mark. Right, already we have in base of physical quantities. Generally we will represent in these 3 physical quantities. If any of this is not there, we will put power 0 to them. Okay, right. Next force, if we write force dimensional formula, if you write force dimensional formula, now force what we can write, force formula is what? Mass into acceleration. So force is equals to mass into acceleration. Now, so dimensional formula of this, so what? Mass is m, and acceleration just now we derived. This is what? L t to the power of minus 2. M L t to the power of minus 2. So this is dimensional formula of force. And energy, if we write, energy is nothing but a work. So I will write for work so that you can write same thing for energy also. So for work, if we write, so work formula is what? Force into displacement. Right? So force dimensional formula is what? M L t to the power of minus 2, and displacement already we have done it starting. First one is displacement only. What is that? L. Now, so if we combine them, so what happens? M L into L, it will become L square, L to the power of 2, and t to the power of minus 2. So we have to put one bracket to that, it will become dimensional formula, right? So this is how we write work dimensional formula. Work is represented by W and force is represented by F. And as work and energy are equal, so energy, whatever energy it may be, kinetic energy, potential energy, whatever energy it is, so all the energies dimensional formulas will be same. Okay, what was that energy dimensional formula? M n to the power of 2 t to the power of minus 2. This is a dimensional formula of energy. So these are few dimensional formulas which we have come across, which we will be coming across in mechanics part, mechanics chapter. So all the dimensional formulas we have, I'll show you all of them at once at a glance after completion of this different topics of this dimensional formulas. Okay, so once we will go back to the slides right now. So we have derived this, also, force and this also just now. Okay, now further if we see dimensional quantities. So dimensional quantity is a physical quantity which has dimensions. Dimensional quantity is a physical quantity which has dimensions. So there may be some physical quantities which does not have dimensions also. We'll see them also. For example, speed, acceleration, momentum, torque. This torque will come in the further. Okay? All these are physical quantities which are having dimensions. So these can be called as dimensional quantities. Now, so dimensional less quantities also will be there. We'll see them. Dimensional quantity which is not having dimensional quantity is a physical quantity which has no dimensions. No dimensions means we'll see example. Relative density. Relative density is what? It is density of object by density of object in water will take. In 9th class it comes. So it will not have units. So it will not have dimension. Relative density will not have dimensions also. Refractive index. So it is a physical quantity. It explains about refraction concept, but it will not have dimensions. And strain. This strain is a physical quantity which we will learn in intermediate. Around 7th or 8th chapter it will come. Okay. So there will be some physical quantities where we will not have dimensions also. Now, dimensional constant. Dimensional constant means, see, some physical quantities will be there which will have dimensions. Constant, but it will have dimensions. Like we'll see. So, like we will see universal gravitational constant when we are studying Newton's law of gravitation in gravitation chapter. That G, capital G. We'll write F is equals to capital G mm by r square. That G will be having dimensions. Okay, so such a constants we call it as dimensional constant, which are having dimensions. Okay, universal gravitational constant, Planck's constant. So these are different constants. These will have dimensions. So that's why we are calling it as dimensional quantities. If physical quantities are having dimensions, we are calling it as dimensional quantities. If they are not having dimensions, we are calling it as dimensionless quantity. If a constant is having dimension, we are calling it as dimensional constant. If a constant is not having dimensions, then we call it as dimensionless constants. Okay, so dimensionless constants means like pi we will use in mathematics. Okay, so those comes under pi, e. Okay, all these numbers also will come under dimensionless constants. Okay, this is how we take about the quantities, dimensions and dimensionless constants, dimensional constants and dimensionless constants. Okay, so that is how we deal with it.